Okay, it's 11:30. We're going to start.
And I think Ebony's next.
Good morning. I think we're still in morning, 15 minutes or so. I am Ebony Utley from Cal State University, Long Beach. I'm an assistant professor. I am editing a special issue of Women in Language on hip hop and love that will be out in the fall, so I'm very excited about that. Look for that. And I'm also the author of the forthcoming book, The Gangsta's God, The Quest for Respectability in Hip Hop. I am almost as young as I look, but believe it or not, I'm a Luddite. I don't Twitter, I don't MySpace. I just got on Facebook and it killed my productivity. Debbie was the first person to introduce me to a webinar and to the actual practice of blogging. I was like, what's Blogger? Like, how do I get into that? I posted my first post on Man Files with Shira. So I'm here to talk to all the virgin bloggers out there, people that have not done that before. I must admit that my first time, I was absolutely terrified. It's like, I'm going to put my opinions out there in the world, and I'm an academic, so I'm used to hiding behind my sources, and I wasn't able to do that this time. This was just me and things that I wanted to say to the world. So it was classic back to grade school, moving to a new town, transferring to a new school. Are people going to like me? Are they going to think that I'm funny? Are they going to think that I'm smart? What happens if they don't? I really was terrified with the whole process and actually surprised at how scary it was to put myself out there for the very first time. But I survived with the support from fellow female bloggers, and so what I'd like to offer are 5 steps for the virgin blogger. Step number 1, make sure you're ready for your first time. It's time to do some self-inventory. What are you an expert in? What conversations do you want to contribute to? What social issues would you like to tackle? Do you see the world in ways that are different from everyone else that you know? What is it that you're ready to contribute to larger society as a whole? What's happening in the world that you would like to respond to? Step number 2 for the virgin blogger, find a partner. The first thing you want to do is start reading blogs, start reading group blogs. Who's writing about things that you're interested in? What sites visually appeal to you, intellectually appeal to you, socially appeal to you? Who do you think that you might want to join and hook up with in the grand scheme of things? Also, I would suggest that you find an accountability partner. If there's someone who blogs regularly who can make sure that once you commit to a deadline, you're going to stick to that deadline. The accountability partner can also be a cheerleader. If you're not used to writing in a blogging tone, you can pass it on to someone and say, what do you think? Is this the right tone? Is this the right word length? Are these the right issues that I want to be addressing? So in addition to finding the group that you want to hook up with, you also want to hook up with an accountability partner who can sort of keep you honest and make sure that you stick to the program. Step number 3 for the virgin blogger is to get tested. So it's like going to the doctor's office. You get yourself naked, right? They run the test and you put yourself out there and you see what happens, right? All the news might not be good news, right? But it doesn't mean it's the end of the world, right? You can get treatments for those sorts of things, right? You talk to other people who have done it before you. You figure out what the medicine is. You dismiss those comments that are sort of personal attacks against your character, but you take the constructive criticism very seriously and you work on being a healthier blogger the next time around. But the important thing is that you've got to put yourself out there. You never know what the results are going to be, but until you get tested, like, you'll never know what your future is going to be. Step number 4 for the virgin blogger is to practice safe blogging. Yes, there is safety in numbers, but I've seen these mistakes several times. An individual will contribute to a group blog, have a link to their website. On their website is a link to their resume with the address across the top. Not a good look. No one really needs to know where you live at home. Also, I would suggest not including your personal phone number on the web. On my website, I don't even have my email address. It's just contact boxes that lead to my email address so that you can't get at me directly. So it's very important when you're a woman in the cybersphere to make sure that you are safe and that you're not incredibly accessible to anyone who wants to find you. I have men that constantly send me their names and phone numbers from my website using the contact boxes. So I'm wondering what would happen if they had a phone number or an email address to contact me directly. So make sure that you are protecting yourself when you're blogging. Step number 5 for the virgin blogger, decide if you're ready for a long-term commitment. Blogging can be a very regular routine. Do you want that? Do you want to be a guest contributor? Do you want to be an editor? Do you just want to post occasionally? No matter what you decide, your commitment level is up to you. Don't let anyone force you into a commitment that you're not ready for. It will end badly. So, to sum, 5 steps for the virgin blogger. Number 1, make sure you're ready for your first time. Number 2, find a partner. Number 3, get tested. Number 4, practice safe blogging. And number 5, decide whether you're ready for a long-term commitment.